A big bruise wouldn't hurt this much, but a thin sheet of paper brushed your finger, and suddenly it's the only thing you can think about. So how does the smallest wound on your body manage to be one of the most painful? The answer hides in 3 different places: in the paper itself, in your fingertip, and deep inside your brain. And at the end of this video, I'll tell you something that might surprise you. Once you learn there's a spot on your body even more sensitive than your fingertip, you'll be grateful it was just a paper cut. First, let's look at how strange this really is. You bang your knee on a table, a bruise the size of a coin shows up. It throbs for a few seconds, and then you forget about it. A paper cut doesn't play by those rules. A scratch barely a millimeter wide keeps reminding you it's there for hours. Every time you touch a keyboard, every time you wash your hands, it's there. As if your body wired its loudest alarm to its tiniest damage. And honestly, that's pretty much exactly what happened. Because your fingertips are nothing like the rest of your body. They're where you meet the world. The texture of fabric, the cold side of a glass, the keys in your pocket. You know all of it through them. That's why evolution invested heavily in your fingertips. Compare them to a patch of skin the same size on your back, and your fingertip carries many times more nerve endings. The same cut on your back? You might not even notice it, but your fingertip, that's the most crowded alarm center your body owns. Now let's talk about the culprit. Paper looks perfectly flat and innocent, right? Put it under a microscope and you'll see something very different. A jagged, ragged edge, basically a tiny saw. So paper doesn't slice your skin clean like a razor. It tears through it, dragging and ripping as it goes. What it leaves behind isn't a neat line, it's a roughed-up wound. And on top of that, the chemicals and microscopic dust riding on that paper get mixed into the cut. Small job, dirty work. But the real evil is in the depth. A paper cut lands at the worst possible level. If it were shallower, it would only scratch dead skin cells. You'd feel nothing. If it went deeper, it would bleed. The blood would clot, seal the wound like a natural bandage, and cover those nerve endings. A paper cut does neither. It goes just deep enough to reach the layer where your nerves live, but not deep enough to bleed properly. The result? Dozens of nerve endings left out in the open air, exposed, unprotected, raw. And every time you use your hand, that little wound flexes open and closed, and the alarm fires all over again. And then there's the brain side of this, which, if you ask me, is the best part. Your brain doesn't treat every part of your body equally. Inside your head, there's a map of your body, but it's a wildly distorted map. On that map, your entire back takes up a thin little strip, while your hands are enormous. When scientists drew this map as a figure, its hands came out almost as big as the rest of its body. So that pain signal from your fingertip doesn't land on some small corner of your brain. It lands on a huge public square. The same signal coming from your back would be a whisper, coming from your finger. It's announced over loudspeakers. So what should you actually do when you get a paper cut? The answer is simple, and it's the opposite of what most people do. Don't leave it open. Wash it and put a bandage on it. The bandage isn't just keeping germs out, it's shielding those bare nerve endings from air and friction. Most of the pain switches off right there with the bandage. And now, the spot I promised you at the start. There's a place on your body even more sensitive than your fingertip, the front surface of your eye, the cornea. The nerve density there is hundreds of times higher than your fingertips. Now you understand why a single tiny eyelash in your eye can stop your entire day, right? Your body guards its most precious sensors with its loudest alarms. So that thin little paper cut isn't a design flaw. It's your body's way of telling you this part matters. Take care of it. Next time it stings, remember just how cleverly that alarm was built. If you're curious about the machine you live in, make sure you're subscribed. See you in the next one.